All praises to the Almighty, Sublime, Most Magical One, the Master of the Day of Judgment. Hallelujah. And to all of my fellow servants in the kingdom of the Most High, I send you infinite love and light, and I receive yours. Yes, we had Hurricane Ian. Yes, to hit this earth. Yeah, not just the United States. And some very, very strange things happened in this hurricane. Okay, so I'm going to read the article. Charleston, South Carolina, the death toll from Hurricane Ian rose Saturday to more than 77 as one of the strongest and costliest storms to ever hit the United States. Pushed northward from the Carolinas, leaving in its wake a trifecta of misery, dangerous flooding, power outages, and massive destruction. Ian, which slammed into Florida on Wednesday with 150 miles per hour winds, was downgraded to a post-tropical cyclone after marching across South Carolina and was expected to weaken even more as it moved later Saturday into South Central Virginia before rolling into the mid-Atlantic. The storm was still wielding maximum sustained winds of 35 miles an hour, according to the National Hurricane Center, but the NHC also warned of potential flash flooding both in urban and rural areas across the central Appalachians and the south and the southern mid-Atlantic region through the weekend, as well as continued record river flooding across parts of Florida. Okay, so we had this very affluent area hit very, very hard, okay? And I looked at the demographics of this area, and it was obvious who wasn't there, okay? It was obvious who does not reside on this island. People are going to wake up to the fact that these areas where we're not even listed on the racial demographics are getting just destroyed, okay? Now, this lady right here, she said that she was running from the storm. She was in her house hiding in a closet. The roof was torn off, and she's just happy that she left with her life, okay? And this is happening worldwide where people are losing everything and they are just happy to be left with their life. Yeah. So we are under judgment right now, everyone. And something very, very strange happened in this storm on the coast of Mexico. Okay, on the coastline of Mexico.
There is no water in the Gulf of Mexico. This is something I've never seen. Now, there is no water in the Gulf of Mexico. This is something I've never seen. I sure hope it doesn't come back all at once, but I tell you, this is bizarre. Millions and millions of gallons of water have just disappeared. They're probably all sitting in somebody's town down south, but I can tell you, I could literally walk half a mile out there. I won't do it because it's probably pretty soft, and not even see water. Anyways, usually, as I said, water is up to the line on the wall, and it goes to Texas. I could probably walk halfway to Texas. So I just hope it doesn't come back all at once. That could be a little scary. I mean, usually, you can't see all of it, but it's miles and miles of just grass, seagrass.
Okay, you guys, did you hear him? Okay, he's standing on a boat dock right now. And he's telling how the waters just got sucked up. You see all of that seagrass behind him? That was covered with water, and he's on a dock right now. And you could see for miles and miles, and you don't see where the water went, right? Well, something else happened. I saw where the coastline had disappeared, and it's like, where did the water go? Where did the water go? Now, I have seen waters disappear from the earth like that. Like in Venice, Italy, the gondolas were sitting on the ground at one while, but it was over a period of time. This happened in this storm. Now, I saw where the waters had gotten sucked out of the coastline in the Gulf of Mexico. And then this was the first thing I saw in the morning. So the waters got sucked off of the coastline of Mexico. And then around the same time, NASA captures the image of a water world orbiting Jupiter, dancing around the king planet. Yes, this is very supernatural, and it has everything to do with judgment. And so we're going to move on from this, but keep this in mind, okay? Because we have very little detailed knowledge of how this thing is going to unfold, but we're going to get to it. What this looked like to me and what resonated with me is that Poseidon did a dance with the king planet. He orbited the king planet, okay? We are definitely in judgment. So we're going to talk about water judgment today and where it's coming from. Now, this is very coincidental. I never heard of water worlds up in the galaxies. I never heard of this before. If you've heard of it, could you please put it in the comments section? Yeah, I've never heard of this happening before, and neither have they, as far as the orbiting. Okay, so let's put the pieces of the puzzle together. We had Hurricane Ian that sucked up the water from the Mexican coastline, and then we had a water world orbiting the king planet. Okay, we have Poseidon that resided in a portal, and now he is gone. Okay, since he left in March, we have had weather events of great destruction. Okay, so I believe that that Poseidon left this earth and went and did a dance with Jupiter, you know, after he collected the waters off the Mexican coastline. Because it's just all magical. It has everything to do with judgment. Yeah, Poseidon. Poseidon is also called the earth shaker, and earthquakes are intensifying as well. Yeah, and he's riding with his son, Pegasus.
Hurricane strength that takes new aim at the U.S. The new images of the catastrophic damage here in Florida. Massive flooding, neighborhoods and roads underwater, a causeway destroyed, cutting off an island community. The devastation we're seeing on the ground. Homes obliterated, boats tossed into the street. Tonight, more than 2.5 million without power. The urgent search and rescue crews using boats to reach people trapped in their homes. Hundreds of lives saved. The families we met here were telling us they had to climb to their roof to survive.
I don't want to get inside my house.
And new evacuations today, the race to get nursing home residents to safety. The rising toll, at least 10 confirmed dead. President Biden at FEMA today warning this could be the deadliest storm in Florida's history. And now
the deadliest storm in Florida's history. This is unprecedented.
now a hurricane again, and expected to make a second U.S. landfall. Watches and warnings up for Georgia and the Carolinas.
Florida turns into an ocean. Flash floods, big waves, Hurricane Ian.
If you're new to my station, I am the Hebrew Rose of Jericho, aka the Hebrew Widow with a magical gift. I have found so many anomalies, and in a specific area, which I believe is Zion, there are signs and wonders that had appeared upon the earth, but now they're gone. They're going to go to that area where I believe Zion is. I have shared it on many videos. And the reason being is that this is where a lot of the anomalies are just concentrated in one area. This is where the area we're going to is where I found Poseidon, Pegasus, the Messiah megalith, and the outstretched left hand of judgment megalith. There's many portals in this area that are now vacated. Okay, so first of all, it's on this Archangel Uriel, the Archangel of Eden, with his white flowing locks, his very black face. He even has a tear coming from his eye. You can see his eyelashes. Okay, his right wing is spanning up and over all the way to the Western Sahara. His left wing is spanning over the Red Sea. His cape, he has a beautiful cape. It's very magical. Okay, so this is the part of his cape that's on his body, but it spans overall into Asia. Okay, and there's a lot of magic in Asia also appearing upon the earth. He is manifested all the way to his feet. You can see his toes, left foot pointed forward, right foot pointing over to the right. Okay, so now right by the Nile right on his girdle, there is this land where these anomalies are. This is a 9-city block megalith. And the appearance before had the appearance of being on fire, okay? And right above his head, the grounds had the appearance of being on fire, and now the fires have left. This is the left hand of judgment, okay? The left hand of judgment stretched out with all kind of energy around it. And that same energy is around the Messiah megalith. And then right next door is where we found this portal where Poseidon had once resided. Okay, he was once in this portal. It had the appearance of being blue, the grounds. Now the portal is empty, he's gone, and the waters, the appearance of water or the appearance of blue is gone from this area. Seeing is believing, right? And so you could see where there is evidence that there were entities in portal that's now gone. They disappeared. And these were Pegasus and Poseidon that's ruling over the waters right now in our atmosphere. And they're bringing judgment. And then we have the Messiah megalith and the outstretched hand megalith where the fires left the ground. And we are most certainly under fire judgment. Someone asked me in the comment section, had I found Haiti? I don't think I found Haiti, but I'm just going to take a second to show you what I did find. Okay, I caught this image when Kilauea first erupted. I believe that was 2019. I'm not for sure. But yeah, I did catch this image, and you could see starting with his pecs. His arms are down to the side. You can see his Adam's apple, and it appears that he's spitting out another entity. And then it goes into a ring, which we know the volcanoes are called the Ring of Fire, and then it goes into it comes together and it goes into nothingness. So I thought I would just share that in case you're looking, my brother. I don't claim that this is Haiti, but we do have a lot of entities that are appearing upon this earth. Okay, so let's go back to water judgment. Okay, this is the flip side.
Largest reservoir. And just to give you a scope of the crisis, you go back 2 years ago, and where I'm standing, right here, I'd be about 70 feet underwater. Is any of that accelerated by climate change?
Absolutely. The warmer temperatures, the lack of snowpack of this 22-year drought has made it so that the water levels are just falling quickly, and the lake is crashing.
What you see behind me is the Glen Canyon Dam. Water from right here, Lake Powell, flows through the dam into the Colorado River, supplying water and power to 40 million people out west. So right now, we're on top of the dam. We were given exclusive access to Glen Canyon Dam, where water levels at the dam are just 39 feet from dropping below hydropower generation.
The ability to produce power is going down as the reservoir is going down.
Right now, both Lake Powell and Meade are only about a quarter full and projected to drop even lower. 10
million tons of cargo move through the Rhine daily, from car parts to coal. But with water levels so low, ships have to carry less cargo for fear of getting stuck.
We will not be able to carry that kind of huge volumes and tonnages in the future.
This Ford plant in Germany has shipped new cars on the Rhine River for nearly a century, but low water over the summer months has created logistical challenges.
We have to load less cars, less vehicles on a boat than we do normally.
The rice farmers here like Li Dehong, their livelihood and lives are now in danger. It's all dry. He's saying this is what it looks like when rice doesn't grow. It's all dry. The record drought in China has lasted more than 2 months. Nearby reservoirs, which normally feed these lands, are all depleted. It's usually 3 or 4 feet deep. Ponds in this village are filled with mud. Any water that's left is unusable. I planted here for 12 years, he says. I remember there was another year which dried for more than 80 days, but we still had water in those ponds. Adding this year, everything is lost. Life is so hard for us people, he says. But just as our modern lives are turned upside down, the hidden treasures of the past are now revealed. This pagoda is usually surrounded by water. Now, the lake is gone, leaving this completely visible.
Just last year, this rock formation would have been completely surrounded by water, and now you can walk right up to it.
And in Germany, the drought uncovered so-called hunger stones. The oldest one from 1616 reads, "If you see me, weep."
Exceptional droughts have occurred in the past and been associated with periods of famine, widespread starvation.
And now, an urgent race to save the planet. In China, they're literally making it rain, shooting rockets into clouds. The projectiles release chemicals that trigger precipitation. The hope to save the autumn harvest, which accounts for most of the country's annual yield.
The war in Ukraine has already created an energy crisis here in Europe. They're firing up old coal power plants in order to keep the lights on this winter. But the supplies for those power plants are often stuck in ports.
And here in the United States, a solution seems ever so distant as states battle over conservation rights. What has to change for this to get better?
We all need to conserve more. Every industry, every person, every city in this basin has to learn to do more with less. We're seeing more intense, more frequent heat waves happening all around the world. They're definitely going to continue, and it's going to get worse for at least the next 30 years.
3 rivers running out of water and out of time. Matt Bradley from the Rhine River.
Steve Patterson along the Colorado River.
Janice Mackey Frere on the Yangtze River.
Okay, you guys, seeing is believing. Remember that seeing is believing. And so we saw where Poseidon left his portal. We saw the Gulf of Mexico, the Mexican coastline disappearing. We saw an ocean world, a water world that was orbiting Jupiter. Hallelujah. Yes, we are in the great reset, and the Most High is about to stretch forth his right hand and gather us from wherever he scattered us, starseed. Hallelujah. We have much to look forward to. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video encouraged you. Yes, made your light brighter. Yes, raise your vibrations, knowing that we're right at the door. We're about to be rescued, educated with the pure, unadulterated truth when we cross over and come back to rule. Hallelujah. Okay, you guys, I send you infinite love and light. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this good news. Shalom, everyone. The Hebrew Rose of Jericho out.